So, together, TV watchers, this afternoon we're having a great interview with Dennis Queen. So, over to you. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Dennis Queen. I'm based in Manchester in the northwest of England. I am genderqueer, I'm disabled as well, and I'm a disability rights activist and also a musician. And also I have a lovely big queer family.
So, you describe yourself as genderqueer and a
Yeah.
songwriter. Would you like to just, in a nutshell, tell viewers what that means?
Oh, which bit? The genderqueer bit? Both.
Bit of both.
Yeah, so I'm transgender. Not everybody who's non-binary is transgender, but I'm genderqueer, which means I don't identify as a man or a woman. Really, I just see myself as a person. And so I've been sort of living as an out transgender person now for 10, 11 years, maybe. And that feeds the music stuff that I do. It's not much in that, but I'm starting to put more of LGBT related stuff in as I move forward. I've tended to stick to disability rights because that's the community that I'm used to performing in. So, yeah.
Obviously, I've known you for a long time as a musician, shared stages, shared CDs. What inspires you to write?
Mainly, I think other activists and situations. So sometimes it might be a protest we've been on that I think's a good story, or it might be a campaign that we're doing, or an experience that I've had or that somebody else has had. Sometimes I think sometimes it's a kind of therapeutic thing, writing down some of the strange things that happen and looking at them through art is really helpful on a personal level for me. But also because I know that we gain a lot of support and solidarity from sharing stories with each other, especially our collective stories. And I sort of see that as part of our job as musicians in an activism movement, is to kind of reflect what's going on for the community and help boost morale, I guess. So, and that's really important to me. So yeah, usually it's other activists that inspire me.
So those of us that know you know that you're a guitar player, but
Yeah.
how do you go about writing one of your songs?
I guess I tend to fiddle around with ideas and out of that build little chord sequences, but usually things come kind of together. So in my head, there might be key phrases or things I'm thinking about or that people are talking about that start to make a shape in my head of a sound, and then I try and make that sound into it. But also I'm not like the world's most skilled guitar player, so that leaves me slightly limited to some extent. And I think for me the big challenge has been trying to write music that's simple, that is easy to listen to and clear to hear. I think about how the British Sign Language translation is going to look, and that stuff shows. Other disabled people appreciate that, and that's really nice. Recently, one of the things that made me really happy was that after a gig a year or so ago, where I'd put a lot of thought into how I expressed things so that they would look good in sign language, but I got a nice compliment from someone who's deaf about the songs, which I think is wonderful. That's kind of, so it's a bit of a process. So as I'm thinking about the shape of the sound and the idea and the music, and then I'm very, very nitpicky about exact words. And also I do sound a bit posh when I sing. People mistake my accent for a middle class Southern accent. Actually, my dad's a squaddy. It's an army accent, so it's not posh. It's just not recognised by others. But one thing that's important to me as well is when I sing, I try and articulate really clearly, because I'm aware people are lip reading in the audience. I'm aware people are trying to make out different sounds from what you're saying. And so all of that's quite important to me. Yeah.
Well, sadly, I'm afraid we only have a couple of minutes for this interview. I think maybe we'll come back and do a much longer one at some point in the future. But with all you've said in mind, would you like to introduce the video that we're going to play next?
Yeah, I'm really glad to introduce this to you and for some new people to hear it. It's something that I put together towards the end of last year. So during that first year of the coronavirus pandemic in 2020. And I wanted to write something that people would feel spoke to them in that moment then, as we were in the movement. We're facing a lot of challenges, a lot of carnage. We were all, many of us have been shielding. I've been shielding for over a year. And so I wanted to bring in those themes without writing something depressing. And so I focused on like what I thought people needed to feel at the moment. And I think the most important thing at the moment is supporting each other through these times. And so it's written with that idea in mind, and the things we're experiencing during coronavirus, and also looking at working in more intersectional ways. So talking about finding everyone that isn't with us already that we need to reach. So yeah, it was quite a few themes in there, and I hope you like it. It's called For Justice with Love.
Thank you so much.
Long live our movement while we must fight. Long may we resist what is wrong for what's right, till all our descendants can live in the light, not locked behind doors, out of range, out of sight. No, the cause of oppression's not inside me or you, our bodies or minds or our senses, not true. Let's fight for change till the world is for you, for me and for all who come after us too. All now, pull together, find those who are missing so that we may grow. Even now, it's just the beginning. We've come so far, but there's further to go. Shared experiences generate change. Leave nothing undone, fight in all of our ways. Leave no one behind, use well all of our days, till we pass over and go to our graves. Times once again are becoming so rough. These social distances feel pretty tough. Carnage our people face is more than enough, but we'll rise again soon for justice with love. All now, pull together, find those who are missing so that we may grow. Even now, it's just the beginning. We've come so far, but there's further to go. On to your dream of a bigger new world, where we all are seen and are felt and are heard. Keep that vision growing, invite others in. The more we come together, the more we will win. Remember activists gone before us, the powerful traditions entrusted to us. Tell radical stories so no knowledge is lost. Our emancipation is waiting for us. All now, pull together, find those who are missing so that we may grow. Even now, it's just the beginning. We've come so far, but there's further to go. All now, pull together, find those who are missing so that we may grow. Even now, it's just the beginning.